Oh boy. All right, we are live, folks. I'm going to try something I've never done before. And I'm going to try to take this clutch cover off. See what's going on, because I've got a rattle. And I don't know what the rattle's from. Don't go live very often, but maybe someone will get something out of this. But we'll try this. Try it anyway, see what happens. The main objective here, folks, get this off. Now I've taken the whole side panel off. No big deal. Let's go here. Okay. Hold on one second. Other device here. Do. See if I can get any work done today. Sort of. Happy Sunday day. I don't know how this works. All right. Whatever. I've already started the work, but I figured I'd go live just to show what we're doing here today, which is pretty much just trying to figure out how to take this clutch cover off right now, because there's a weird noise. I don't know what that rattle actually is. If it's not the cam chain tensioner, which whoever watches this may go, oh, it's your cam chain. Well, I've already done that. I've put a manual one on there, cracked that one loose already. Cracking these all loose. Probably gonna have to drop the oil first, but I want to crack these all loose first and then see where it goes. But my hope is we can take this plate off, this cover off, and we can see if there's something visibly wrong with the clutch basket. Otherwise, we're gonna have to take the clutch basket out as well, which I don't really want to, but that may be where we gotta go. So those are all cracked loose. Bear with me. You won't be able to see me, but I do want to drop the oil. So I'll need to get a 12. That's half. But yeah, our whole point here is just to get this off. You can see I already started that. Took the panel off, pretty simple. You've got a few mounting points right here. 1, 2, 3, your main frame points, and then out of frame, out of picture, you've got a few other spots where you can actually see some stuff. So let me find the right size for this drain plug. I think, oh, that's too small. Could be a 14. And where are you? That's too big. So 15. I think 15 is too big. 15 is too big. No, 15 might work. So we'll crack that loose first, real quick. No, 15 is too, it's a 14. Dang it, it's 14. I knew it. She hate that. Half the time you spend trying to find the right size socket just to do the work you're trying to do. Oh, it's a 13. Of course, I've got no 14s around. Just my luck. 5/8. That's probably closer to 15. No. Wind out. All right, folks, if you're anything like me, when in doubt, just pull the whole set out. I'm not sure what size it may be. Like I said, we're going after that drain plug. Pretty sure 13 is too small, but I'm not wrong. It's too small, so we're looking for 14 on the money. Got that. And that's the one thing I'm missing, of course. So, you know, it is what it is. All right, like I said, we could just pop this off and see how much oil. I've already put it, got my drip pan, you know, my catch pan, but I gotta change the oil anyway. So bear with me, folks. I'm just trying to find me a 14, and I don't have a 14 in my full set. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Might have. I know I've got some deep socket. Even my own saying to pull the whole set out, that doesn't work. If you don't have the right one in the whole set, it's a small set. All right. Half the battle is just finding the right stupid one. 9/16 might work, but I think it's not the right size. Just need a 14. Well, there's a 12, 15. Oh my gosh, I have everything but a 14. Ha! Go. Pro tip. When you put your tools back and all your bits and pieces, put them back together. So that's why I couldn't find it. It wasn't the right one. Yep, 14's the one. So I guess I can crack it loose. On this side, you just have to stare at the back of my head. There. Put that under there. We're changing the oil anyway, folks, so we're just going to let this drip out. Catch this dirty oil. So oil's probably not that bad. Don't forget to either replace or save this crush washer. Most people replace it. I'm cheap, so I'll probably just save it. It looks pretty good. Still, but just throw it out, get a new one. But that's some black. Some black on that. Look at that. Holy cow. That was what was coming off the drain plug here. You guys see that? That doesn't seem like that's right. I don't know if you guys can see that, but whatever. All right, so we're draining out our oil. That'll end up pretty quick. So now we've drained our oil. I'll let that set for a little bit. I've got replacement oil. This was the first oil change anyway since putting the bike back together. So I mean, it's probably best to kind of let any other bits and pieces that might have come loose get removed. Again, if you're just joining, the whole purpose of this is because I am still hearing some sort of rattle, and I've had a few people tell me it's the cam chain tensioner, and if you have a BMW at a certain amount of miles, you go from a black plug to a silver plug. Well, mine already had the silver plug. Basically, it's to put more tension on your chain. And so the suggestion I was given was let's roll to a manual one. So I did that too, and maybe I'm just being a little bit of a coward, but I don't want to over tension it and then ruin my timing out. But I felt like I put a lot of tension on it, and it still wasn't where I wanted it to be. So secondly, every time I pull in my clutch lever, I can feel kind of like a major vibration. So When it's engaged, it's fine. It's when it's in neutral, there seems to be like an idle vibration in here, which I'm hoping it's maybe the basket housing or something. But you know, comment below if you happen to have done this before. You know, this is my first time pulling this piece off, especially on a BMW, where I've had to actually check out the transmission to see if there's a problem with that. So I don't know if there is or isn't, but we'll problem in here when we get this cover off. Maybe it'll be a waste of everyone's time to watch this. I don't know. But, you know, if you're curious, I guess that's what we're going to find out. All right, so now got to go grab my other stuff and see what we're doing. Now, having never done this on a BMW before, I imagine it's similar to other covers. One, you don't want to lose your screws, but two, when you take these off, they may be different lengths, so it's probably important to know where they go. Hence part of the reason I'm recording this, but I'm going to set them down in order off camera where you can't see it necessarily, that I'll be able to kind of put them back in the same order that I got them. Unless, of course, they do something stupid like, you know, kick it. I think I've loosened all these, almost loosened. I could kick it with my foot, because I do that in a small space, not a lot of workspace. And just, yeah, I've loosened all these. Okay. Now, if anyone jumps on here or sees this, again, if you've dealt with this before, please comment. Tell me, hey, this is what you can expect, or these are some of the things you should inspect. I mean, I've watched my fair share of videos on this to see what the deal is, but I haven't taken this off yet because I've been waiting for a gasket to come in. And I'm going to take this nice and slow, only because I don't want to, let me pull these off and see if they're the same length or not. So yeah, those are the same length. So actually I'm going to start with my little thing down here. And we'll go in order. Get this a little more loose. So I'm going right here. This is going to be my 6 o'clock. So 6 o'clock, and then kind of, you know, count it out, right? And that's the whole point. But those two are the same, so that's nice. If they're all the same, then it won't matter or how these get put back in. But I got a feeling they're not all going to be the same, but maybe I'm wrong. Those of you who worked on BMWs before, you guys tell me. I'm hoping it's something that's just blatantly obvious, like missing some of the gears or something, which would suck because that means the transmission is probably no good, and this bike is probably not worth that. Since I never intended on keeping this bike long term anyway. All right, so far everything is the same size. All right, I could be totally wrong on this. But this bike was supposed to be a flip. I won it at auction. It was pretty banged up if you watched any of my other videos. Oh no, I'm gonna have to take this. I don't think I can get that past that. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to take this off, I think. Not a big deal, just wasn't planning on it. The previous owner, I did talk to the previous owner of the bike, which was pretty awesome, and they told me the history and how it got wrecked and everything that happened. But they were smart. They kept a lot of the frame sliders on. It protected a lot of otherwise, you know, drastic damage that could have occurred. So again, you know, I've said this in some of my other videos, and I always promote, if you can do anything to protect your bike, do it. Whether it's, you know, frame sliders, you know, anything that can cover anything sensitive, just install them. Just install them. They may not look the greatest, or they might add a little more weight or whatever, but ultimately people are not watching for you on the road, and they're gonna get you. That's the wrong one. And if they get you and they take your bike out, it's just a lot less time you have to spend fixing it, unless they totaled it. All right, that one is the right one. Okay, so all of those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these Starbit bolts. These are all the same size. So, and they feel like they're made of aluminum. They're weight. In fact, I'm gonna test it yet. No magnetism to them, so they're aluminum, lightweight. BMW's recommendation on a lot of their stuff is if you know, from point is you should only use their bolts once. Hoping I don't take this whole thing off because then my cover is going to come off, but that's okay. We can do that too. These do change size, so we have to be careful with this. Crack that loose. But, you know, I was really excited when I got this bike. I've always wanted to work on some sort of super sport or something, and it was fun to do this, but this bike has become a little bit of a menace in terms of just repairs in general. Every time I fix one thing, another thing seems to pop up, or I'm capturing something in this bike that, you know, my own ignorance, I didn't know, and then now I've got to fix it, or I've got to find out if someone else can fix it. So, I mean, this bike was at the shop. I gave up, you know, because I was on my scope, my skill. And I sent this to the shop, and it was there for about 3.5 months. Only because they're just slammed, so it wasn't like they just didn't care, but they were slammed and then they had to order parts, and it was this whole thing. Put that down there, put these in order too. I'm wondering if I can just move it just a little bit instead of having to take the whole plate off, but maybe not. Those are both the same size. Which is weird because this one countersinks really far in there, but there's no leaking, so I'm not overly worried. Okay, that might be it. That might be, there we go. All right, cool. And so I'm not gonna put these all the way back in because I'm gonna have to make that loose again to put the cover back on eventually. But this video is not gonna be super long, so anyone who's, you know, watching, appreciate you being on. Thank you for the support. But the whole point of this was just to get this off and see if we could diagnose it. Now, oh yeah, I was thinking I might have to tap it with a mallet, but maybe it'll come off and splash in the oil and get all over me. Because that would be, maybe not. Okay, I thought, you hear that popping? It's popping. Well, maybe I'm gonna have to hit it with a mallet a little bit. I don't believe there's anything I've missed. That's the, oh, looks like that's the water pump down there. So I think that's it. But again, come on. Okay. I guess we're gonna have to bust out some of the soft tools to break this loose. Hopefully that's just the magnets keeping it in. Oh, never mind. As soon as I say I want to do something, it changes its mind. But I gotta get it even. Okay. What's it held up on in there? Something. Could be the gasket, could be bits and pieces attached to the clutch cover that I'm just not aware of. Hopefully not. If I'm gonna wiggle it, I can just wiggle that top piece a little bit. There we go. Look at that. Slice my glove open. And not my hand, but it's pretty sharp. Oh man, maybe it did cut my finger. There's that. There's our reveal. Let me see if I can get you guys a little bit of a closer view on this. And move my light up a little bit. Look at that. So there's our clutch. Like I said, I've been hearing some rattling. So you know, I'm looking to see if there's anything loose in here, any loose metal, before I start undoing all the springs and actually take the basket out and the clutch plates and everything else, which I don't want to do. I really don't. I was hoping I could just see, oh yeah, there's something in here, but unfortunately, I'm looking at the bottom too, it does not look to be obvious. Darn. Okay, well, That's unfortunate. So we're gonna have to undo all of these bad boys, which I really just did not want to do, but such is life. I don't know if that's supposed to be that loose. Is that a good sign or a bad sign, everybody? No, that seems to be, yeah, I don't know. So anyway, okay, I guess we're gonna have to take this out, which I wasn't, like I said, wasn't planning for that. Here we are. Here's what we're doing. And see, again, I just don't know if this play is normal, not normal. We'll have to look at some of the clutch plates too, both the friction discs and whatnot, to see if they're, I guess, in good condition. I'm not sure what good condition really looks like, but okay. Just because I want to capture everything, so all those bolts were the same size, so I'm going to put those all in the clutch cover casing. And that drain plug, I'll have to put that back. So that spring looks a little weird, but it could just be me. And there's that one. Maybe if we get all these plates, I'm still gonna have to take that off, I believe. But again, first timer here, you guys. So thanks for everyone jumping in, taking a look at what's going on here. Just an amateur dude who knows nothing about motorcycles. Okay, maybe I know a little bit, not very much, not enough to be to ruin this bike. Absolutely. Let's take this first one out. Someone's gonna say, "Don't do it like that." I'm gonna go, "I don't know any better. Self-taught." I don't know when the spring jumps out at you. Everyone who does this in a short or just a video they pre-recorded, it makes it look so easy, right? But that's all right. So just wish that this was easy to spot, man. Like I said, you can see some of the gears up in here, which it's kind of hard to see from everybody's angle, but like I said, if it was just missing something, that would be exactly what I'd hope to see. Oh, look at that. That one came out loose. There we go. So again, I'm gonna take that, put it there. And then again, if anyone here has a BMW, this is a 2013 BMW S1000RR. If you have one of these generation BMWs and you have a recommendation for a different style of clutch, I'm all ears, man. Like, tell me what you got. It's not that I'm going to be able to afford it. These things are crazy expensive in some cases. But if you've got one, you know, like I said, hit me up. Comment something like, "Hey, this is what I'm using." I've heard of a few brands out there, but again, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just taking this apart, see if we can figure out if I have a transmission rattle or a clutch rattle or something that is the problem here. And if you guys have never done this and you're seeing this for the first time, great. We're in this together. All right, so the springs are out. Then I believe it's got to be, I'm not sure actually. It's got to be this guy. So I have to put a flathead in here and probably get this to pull loose. So I don't think I can just take the basket out. No, that's how it works. So I was hoping someone who's seen this goes, "Yeah, man, you're doing this wrong." Oh, sweet. Look at that. Look at that. Discovery. All right, so that's off. Okay, so now I have access to all my discs, which from what I've been told, you got to remember what order you put these in. Otherwise, you're going to screw this up unless you're going to do the whole thing. But I would love for the basket to come out. Now, I think that has to come, for the basket to come out, that might be the piece that we have to take out. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able, I can pull these discs. I probably get a little pick and pull the discs off one by one, but it's not, I'm not worried about the discs necessarily. So I think I have to bend that back and then get this nut crack loose. I think. Man, I hope so. I hope that's what it is. This doesn't pull out. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to power those back. Those look like that's the lock where they lock this nut in, which I don't know if you can reuse this, guys. Again, if you're big into motorcycles, you know this. Comment before I do something stupid. I'm trying to pay attention to some of the things y'all are saying, but there's a good chance I'm gonna mess this up. So I know it's a little harder to see where I'm actually looking at. So I'm guessing I had a screwdriver here. Oh, that's not a flathead. Oh, here's a flathead. My guess is I have to get this out of there so I can actually loosen the nut. Okay, I'll be back. Hold on one second. Let me grab an actual flathead that's longer than a hammer. We're gonna do this. Okay, we're back. Back with a hammer. Probably something that I do wrong. We're gonna try to do this. Maybe there's a better way. Is there a better way to do this? I don't know. I don't know if there is. Man, I feel like I don't want to damage anything worse. I just don't have a good tool for this other than the. That one seems to. I almost can just pry it. Maybe not. Shoot. Okay, so the idea is get that up. And then we can crank on it to see if we can move it around a little bit. Hi to everyone who's hi. Like I said, I'm not totally engaged in the comments section. I'm sorry about that because I'm more or less just letting you guys watch me fail here. Because that's what I think I'm doing. I don't love this. I don't like this setup, but someone's gonna see this and be like, dude, just hit it. Just hit it, man. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to hit it. Pretty sure I'm just making this go down further, which I need like a pick. I need something or a shiv or something to make this. That one's actually working, but this one, I need a screwdriver that's that wide. And I don't know if I have. I mean, it feels like it's that wide, but Okay, you guys probably can't tell, but this has popped up a little bit. This one has just sunk in more, probably ruined it. But never give up. If it doesn't run, it can't make it worse, right? That's that saying. Like you can never keep going downhill forever. I don't know. That's probably, I just made that up. That's not true at all. You can go downhill for quite some time. Man, I need a slightly smaller screwdriver. Okay. You think about this for a second. One, I don't want to damage this too much, man. I got to get these out. Now I can pull these off, but that's not the point. I want to see if it's the basket. It's got to be the basket. There's enough play in this basket. I don't know if that's, just don't know if that's normal. Still, like I said, any suggestions, more than welcome. Because I'm, oh man, I'm feeling pretty, I don't know. Maybe I'll just sell the bike as is. Say forget it. Just forget it. Unless one of these clutch plates is broken, and that would explain a lot. But again, I'm a little nervous to take these out, guys, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get access to every single one back there. I think that's the whole kit right there. And if it's just my clutch plates, I guess. All right. All right, wish me luck. I think I'm going to just take the clutch plates out if I can get at them. Get the steel plate out. I know that. There's a friction plate behind it. Got to be in order. Got to keep them in order here. So you don't want to get them dirty and you don't want them to... See, I don't know. It doesn't look terrible. Someone may say, hey, that is terrible. I wouldn't know. That looks fine to me. But I'm probably going to have to do some more research on this. I want the whole pack to come out with me. Just all for one. Okay. And man, I'm a little worried about how I'm taking these in and out. Because I'm guessing they got to be, you know, a certain way. Right? I'm not sure if that friction plate with that little semicircle half moon in it and the rest of these matter. These don't, I don't think these matter. These steel plates between the friction plates. Because let's see, if we take, come here, where are you? If I take this one out, come here, and look at the next one, see it's not in the same spot as these bad boys were. So what does that mean? You know, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and read the Haynes manual and make sure I put these all in right. Because, I mean, I don't know if it ever matters, but okay, forget it. Screw it. I'm taking it out. Taking it out. We're going. We're going. This is silly. And we're just being silly. Just take it out, man. Ugh. There we go. Keep it all on my fingers so I don't lose track of where it goes and what goes where. Okay. Okay, well, almost got them all. Keep that in order. I think that's the last one in the pack. See, that's important to know too. Look at this. There's a little ring in there. You don't want to lose that. Remember, steel plate was the first one to come out. It'll be a steel plate on the back, I think. Probably should soak those in oil if I'm gonna. So there's that. And concave in a little bit. So I'm gonna put those down like that. That bad boy right there. Let's get one last one out where I can reach it, sort of reach it. Push it from the back a little. Maybe. Again, everyone, if you're still watching, thanks for hanging in there. This is not entertainment. This is education at best of what not to do. And if you're as old as I am, then you know a famous guy who used to do the what not to do's all the time. His name was Tim Taylor. And he showed us all the things not to do all the time. All right, here we go. Come on, there you go. Okay, steel plate. That's the back plate. It has to be because it has this ring. See that ring right there? And that's what this bad boy right here feeds into. So don't mess that up. And then the last and final friction plate, clutch plate, if you will. There you go. So now we got those out too. All right, so, okay, now we got a free spin inside because nothing's engaged. There's a little bit of play in it. Not sure. I'm not sure you can hear that rattle maybe. If there's anything here that should be of concern, but yeah, man, I don't know how to diagnose that unless I just pulled the whole basket out, which again, I'd have to take these guys out. Could I do that? Yeah. You can see a little bit better on the, I think we're gonna have to take the whole basket out, dang it. Again, I don't know how much play is supposed to be in here. That could be the rattling right there. This doesn't, now that rattles too a little. I don't know. Could just be an old engine, but the rattle's significant enough that I felt something should be done on it. Something should take place, but now you can kind of see this a little bit. Again, it's not great in terms of, get you guys a little better view, but this, I just need to get these to come up. I need a slightly smaller, either like a piece of metal screwdriver. Hang tight. Let's see if I got one that's a little smaller. That might be this. We'll see. All right, we're in luck. That's the one I was using. That's the one I found. But the question now, folks, does it have the strength? Whew. I don't think it does. I don't know, but now the only way to get this nut off is I put the plates back in, the whole basket back in, because it will eat into the teeth and then I can loosen the nut. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to put some sort of brace in here to get that nut so I can pull this whole compartment out. And then I think we can get access to pull the clutch basket out afterwards. I don't think you can do that until you, that definitely has to go. So either I break it loose by putting one of these bad boys, easy enough, but I think you'd want to put more than one. Probably want to put the whole basket back in. It's a lot of tension. Oh, well, it wasn't moving before. What the heck? Now it's moving? I guess that doesn't matter. Never mind. Or is it the steel plate that keeps it from moving? Nah, it's not the steel plate. They're all oiled up pretty nicely though, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, it still moves. Okay. It wasn't that. It's just, so I guess I'm gonna have to find some sort of brace. I suppose you could use something like a screwdriver or whatever. I'm just worried about breaking the housing. Then I'm gonna have to buy a new clutch basket case no matter what. And I don't know the foot-pounds of torque on this thing. So all the more reason. Oh gosh, see, there we go. Oh wow, what the heck? Well, just discovered something else new here, folks. There's two of these magic rings on that last, that were on the still plate right here. So I guess it doesn't matter if that's in there or not. I'm still gonna have to figure that out, which I really just need to get them loose. I have to go watch some more videos on the YouTube or TikTok or something. Try to show me how to get that, because now that's gonna be a pain in the butt. Look at that. Smart, because then it locks it. But shoot, I'm not sure how to do this now. We might be at a standstill, everyone, so you know this might be where we end it. But if you've been on for this long, we've been on for like 40 minutes or so. Thanks for watching. More to come on this probably disaster job that I'm gonna do, but we'll keep pushing forward, see what happens. I guess I can take these back out since they don't matter. I just got to figure out a way to brace it. How am I gonna brace this? That's the question. How am I gonna brace this from coming off? There's that steel plate, and then there we go. There's our last friction one, and then yeah, that is just because I put something. There's no. It'd be great if I had something that would eat the teeth and come in like this. You couldn't, and then I could break that loose. I don't know if that's going to be an air tool or not. If it's an air tool, then I might as well just put everything back together and say I'm selling it as is, because Dad'll figure that out. All right, cool. Anyway, thanks for joining, everybody. I'm going to end this because I don't know what I'm doing at this point other than just wasting everyone's time. But again, if you happen to come across this live or after the fact, not entirely sure what to do, feel free to comment, and let me know. Otherwise, appreciate everyone's support for jumping in, saying hi, taking a look, see what I'm doing, and hopefully maybe some ideas of things you can do, at least how to get to this stage. If you were just changing out, your clutch plates, there you go. All I do know is once you take these out, if you have new ones, make sure you soak them in oil for probably an overnight. The steel plates plus the friction plates, and then make sure they follow the exact same order that you pulled them out. So if you're not taking your basket out or anything else, and just these, do that. Otherwise, there's that for you. I'm gonna finish up this job by putting my oil plug back in and probably changing the oil filter while I'm at it, but I'm not putting oil back in until we get this thing figured out. So till next time, everyone, thanks for jumping on. Probably end it here. Now, somehow we'll end this. Or not. Maybe you just stay on forever. I don't even know. I'm not sure how this. Yes.